Thanks to Greg at Egosoft for providing me with keys to the Split Vendetta, Cradle of Humanity, Tides of Avarice, Kingdom End, and Timelines expansions. Space. It's still pretty big, but I've seen most of it. These are the continuing voyages of Captain Sokka. I built an empire around my homeworld of Argon Prime and became the destroyer of Xenon. Thanks to an experiment from Bozo Ta, I found myself in a galaxy far, far away. I had to use what little Xenon technology I found to come back home. And while I'll miss the Star Destroyers, nothing beats coming back. I'm ready for whatever challenge lies before me. This is X4, a roleplay series. And welcome back, everyone. So as soon as we got to the Ministry dock, a scale pillager raider here decided to shoot at Sokka's Claytronics. And of course, being in Argon Prime, this guy might not last too awful long now that the Argon Defense Force is in full swing. I do believe we have some repair drones at the Claytronics factory, so once that pillager goes boom, like so, our Claytronics factory can get back to repairing. And hopefully that isn't an indication of what we are going to run into today. We are here at the Ministry, heading to the manager's office to hire an agent, someone who can do espionage and hopefully counter-espionage. Oh, hello, Fulagos Julios Trantios the 7th.
Do you have business with me?
All right, 90,000 credits, we can hire you.
Excellent. I've relied on this agent's services for quite some time and have never been disappointed. First, you'll need to assign a ship that is currently docked at your headquarters to the agent. Since this is the first time you've hired an agent, I've taken the freedom to arrange such a ship for your convenience.
Oh, thank you, Dal. All right, which ship did you give this guy? A Discoverer Vanguard with 4,000 meters per second travel speed with no weapon output. And this guy isn't a combat pilot. That should be fine.
Not everything can be solved by military intervention. Some issues require subtle coercion, economic manipulation, or other covert maneuvers. Always maintain plausible deniability, which is why you hire agents to handle this delicate work. Of course, many of these operations require some amount of influence to succeed. Think of it as a shadow currency, and like any currency, you need to start building your reserves. Time to cultivate some influence and establish yourself as someone worth knowing.
Sure, so we have a vacant spot, so we can hire another agent, and we have agent actions. Cultivate some influence with a non-hostile faction. We have plenty of those. All right, so we will assign Fulios Julios Trantios the 7th. All right, guaranteed success. I like that, with no risk to the agent. All right, so are we doing influence, say, with the Argon? I mean, the Argon would be like the easiest to influence. So we select you at the shipyard? All right, cool. Guaranteed success, low to medium rewards, 15 minutes to get, it requires no influence and 5,000 credits to do that. All right, start working with the Argon, seeing what we know about our best friends.
Executing the plan now.
All right, so in 15 minutes, we are going to have our agent report back, and we do see him actively working there. Looks like a guy with shades with a headset. Awesome. So where is this Discover Sentinel? For now, Ms. Slammer, let's go ahead and get back to our headquarters and await word from our agent. We might, be able to find some more agents, get some more ships going. It looks like we did have space for one more agent. And just for experimentation's sake, let's actually fly to the Argon Refined Goods Complex because there's a black market there. If there was a place that we could hire another agent from Argon Prime, that would be the place that I think we should look. All right, just setting down an Argon
Envoy.
Prime. Let's head to the bar, talk to some folks in there, see if anyone can be hired, and then if so, we can look and see if maybe we can assign this Envoy here as an agent ship. Luckily, we don't have to do anything covert. We don't have to do anything like cloaking or masking ourselves. Unless we were doing free families. I think they would need some convincing, if they even had any stations at all. Or fallen families, yeah, so we don't know their headquarters location. I don't even think the Fallen Families has a headquarters anywhere, so it's not like we could send some covert agents there to boost our relationship up with them. Hello, everyone. All right, I don't see anything about an agent stat. So looking at our personnel management, Fulios is not listed on our payroll, which I mean is, you know, makes sense. So based on just what we have seen, so Fulagos is there at the Argonne shipyard doing work, but we can also head to the Argonne shipyard's representative's office to try to, or the manager's office, I would think, to see if another agent might be hanging out at the shipyard and we can get an Argonne agent. And remember, Miss Slammer, if you see Fulagos walking around here, you don't know him. All right, into the manager's office. See if anybody is hanging around. So no one here. I don't know if it would be the faction representative's office. Anyone else hanging around the faction rep's office? No? Okay. Oh, Miss Polar, could you, let me know if any of your people are skilled in the ways of getting things done without everyone knowing you're getting things done?
Good luck out there.
All right, Jani Sarkna. All right, so she isn't here, but we did have good information on how to get to her. All right. So she, holy crap. So she's gonna be over here at the Argonne Wharf and Guiding Star. Luckily, being Argonne, we can head straight here.
Guiding Star.
All right, where is she, by the by? All right, so she's going to be hanging out in the manager's office. Good to know. There she is. Miss Sakarna?
Yes, what do you want?
So I hear you can get things done.
Good luck out there.
All right, so she is on payroll and ready to go. But we have no ship, so we need to get a ship to the headquarters. So let's get the Envoy to the research HQ and see if maybe she can use that.
All right, your agent has completed the mission and returned to base. The operation went smoothly and boosted your influence considerably. This opens up even more sophisticated operations. Check out what's now become available.
Right, sure thing. Start another agent action, we shall. All right, so Fulagos is idle. Discover Vanguard. Okay.
You'll notice that these operations require your agents to be either skilled negotiators or outright spies. While espionage is riskier, it's less costly and offers greater rewards. As your agents take on more missions, they'll gain experience and improve their success rates. You don't have to limit yourself to hiring just one agent. Different objectives may require different skill sets. If you can provide accommodation, you can hire new personnel into your service. Don't hesitate to ask for recommendations on suitable agents.
All right, so we can improve relations, low and medium, send an agent to negotiate a ceasefire, gather real-time sensor data. Well, we have a full trade license on that. We don't need that. Negotiate a trade deal, station-wide discounts and bonuses. Agent is tasked with delivering a formal declaration of war. All right, and then espionage. We can build intelligence, steal equipment blueprints. Module. So this would be very handy if we wanted to build ships from other factions that we haven't bought blueprints from. That would be really cool. Steal a large or an XL ship blueprint. Infiltrate a shipyard. Send agent to gather sensor data. Spy on a ship. Okay, infiltrate a capital ship. Acquire a specific item or a rare item. Generate diplomatic interference. Assign an agent to officially nullify the informal agreement that prevents factions from claiming Heretic's end. Okay, so we could work on one of those. So I'm thinking if we need a ship with a lot of speed, because it looks like a Fulagos can go 4,087 meters per second with a travel drive. Well, let's see if we can boost that up for him. All right, we couldn't find 711 if we unassigned the ship. Does that mean that 711 is now in the list of things we own? Yeah, right there, the Discoverer Vanguard. All right, so he doesn't actually leave the research HQ in a ship, it seems. But one thing we can do, now it doesn't have a pilot, I don't think. Yeah, we need to acquire a captain to get it to the shipyard, or we can fly it to the shipyard ourselves. Yeah, just getting organized. Cool. So, our Envoy will head to the Research HQ to dock and wait.
Docking soon. Can I help?
Go ahead.
Entering system. Memory of profit.
Cool. We'll take seat. We'll undock. We'll set an autopilot to our shipyard. And autopilot, go!
Engaged.
And my hope and goal is that we have unlocked some things that will allow us to boost the travel speed. If everything is based on travel speed, we need some, good travel engines. And because we are actually flying, we do have things that are illegal. Holy crap, spacefly eggs, hallucinogenics. What are we doing with 46 hallucinogens? All right, so let's not get scanned. We'll, once this ship is docked up and we can get some construction going, hey, Envoy, we can teleport back to our headquarters and get this stuff dropped off at our office so we're not, smuggling ourselves. Also, if we had any modifications to improve overall travel drive speed, that would be cool as well, since we can update those for free.
Entering system.
All right, Argon Prime, here we are. Shipyard on our way. Let's not be scanned by the cops, please. I don't want to have to drop all of that crap, that is for sure. Good deal. I don't think I see any police around.
Docking granted.
I know we need to start another agent action, but I want to make sure that the ships that we have assigned our agents are good enough. Does this thing have a docking computer? Let's see. Docking computer? Oh, Dal, you didn't even give us a docking computer. Well, luckily we'll be able to fix that quick, fast, and in a hurry while we're here. Hopefully. We may need to go to the wharf. All right, upgrade, repair the dock ships. All right, so our travel speed right now, 4,087. 4,900, we can do that. 4,200. All right, cool. So we'll put on our Argon Mark II travel engines. We'll put on our Combat 3 thrusters. I don't know if it actually helps, but might as well. Shields. Might not be a bad thing to give this thing some extra shielding. Weapons, we might not need, but a couple of bolt repeaters on it might not be bad. Put on our docking computer, and this will be an interesting experiment. So we can't hire, because we're on it, we can't hire a pilot. But if we put on one service crew, like assign them as a pilot, would we be able to assign an agent to it? Or would we have to reassign that crew member to another place and have an empty ship for our agent? Just experimenting. All right, cool. So we can add that to the shopping list, 1:48. That gives me enough time to head to the upgrade station.
Vanguard.
So we've got Gil. I think Gil can go ahead and get this ship to the headquarters. He's a terrible pilot, but good enough for what we need him to do. All right, travel engines and weapons installed. Excuse me, Edmando Clock, I need this workbench, please. All right, so of our small ships, we have the 711 Discoverer Vanguard. So does travel thrust increase overall travel speed? Let's go ahead and install that. Ooh, all right. So we're at 12% extra thrust out of 10. We'll reassemble until we hit, see, 5,600 was pretty good. 5,800 is pretty good. There we go. So a 19.22% boost in travel thrust, which puts our travel speed up to 5,847. So we got an extra 1,000 meters per second out of this thing. Certainly not the fastest we can ever get. There may be a few ships that I have idle that have a better travel speed than that, just sitting around. Maybe like our race. Oh dang, our race cars. Yeah, our Dart. 9,500 meters per second. Shoot. Let me go through and see what my fastest ship might be. Yeah, that Dart is looking pretty good. So I tell you what, Discover Vanguard, you can go ahead and fly back to the headquarters. We'll give that to 1, and then we will outfit the Dart and see how fast we can make the Dart go. So the Aces travel thrust mod, 5 to 20% travel mode thrust. Ooh, 11. That was a good roll. 19.44% out of 20 to boost us up to 11,000 meters per second. All right, Dart, do you have a captain? Yeah, Leanne Rittman is ready to go. All right, so Dart. And there's the Dart getting ready to take off. And I am so glad we kept these racing vehicles. Here I was thinking, like, what is going to be the point of a racing vehicle that we can't even put any weapons on? It's not going to be good in combat. It doesn't have a good storage, so it can't be a good trader. But, oh, dang. We're going to be doing some work with this. Oh, yes, thank you for the reminder. Illegal goods. We need to drop them off at our storage since we're heading to our headquarters anyway. Oh, did we die?
Entering
okay.
system. 18 billion.
Thought I saw my life flash before my eyes. Yeah, we're almost as fast as the Astrid, but the Astrid is a great trader. A lot of storage space, so we're not going to use that as a clandestine conveyance. Miss Rittman, are you going to back in, or how? I know it's been a while since you've been behind the stick, but your approach is interesting, to say the least. All right, so our Envoy is docked up over there. This ship will be docking up soon, and then we're going to see if we need to assign Miss Rittman somewhere else to open this ship up for our agent. All right, Dart ready. Let us head to our agents, Jane Sakira. So yeah, 11,346 travel speed with 0 megawatts of sustained weapon output. So there may be a time where our clandestine ship does need some weapons. So for now, we can do, oh, high prestige. Interesting, so prestige. Does that mean, oh, it's going into storage. Okay, so the Dart is now in storage, and it's no longer belonging to us. So we cannot assign it, we can't tell to do anything. It belongs to that agent, to Janny. So, old Janny, let's see what we can do here. All right, so Janny is a novice and unskilled with a low likelihood of success with a very high risk to agent. We need them to be experienced to steal large and XL blueprints. How about trying to steal, so unskilled. So we need stuff for an unskilled worker to do, like building an intelligence network, I would say. So Janny, build your intelligence network. Oh, I see. With any faction and then non-hostiles. So if we wanted to, say, do the Duke's Buccaneers, we could build an intelligence network at the Duke's Buccaneers to improve influence with them and get on their good side. Looking at our factions, oh, they don't have a government, so I don't know if that would work. Same for Scale Plate Pact. Kind of seems like the build intelligence network isn't for us, since we've done all of the hard work ourselves, you know, in person. But we can, let's see, improve relations, guaranteed, Janny, faction headquarters. So do the Duke's Buccaneers have a faction headquarters? Probably not, since they don't have an active government. Yeah, so the Duke's Buccaneers have their lost property office down here in Pious Miss. So I don't know if our agents can do anything over there. Yeah, we can't select them. Yeah, we can only select those. So it would have to be against, yeah, building influence with any faction. And then can we get down into Pious Miss? No, we can't interact with the Buccaneers whatsoever. So looking at the ones with the breakpoints, we're at 20 with the Vigor Syndicate, the Sagaris Pioneers, and the Free Families. I think we can do some boosting in those respects. So let's improve relations, low to medium impact with, okay, negotiation experience. So they're both novices. The faction headquarters. Let's head down to, say, the Sagaris Pioneers. Gift or bribe? Oh, we also need a Spacefly Caviar. Interesting. Okay, okay. So the big boost requires a bit of a bribe. The low does not. Faction headquarters. Let's say Sagaris Pioneers. And that will be 30 minutes.
Departing to execute the mission.
And then we got 8 minutes knocked off, possibly due to the speed of our ship, I would think. And then let's get our other agent on for a nice quick turnaround. Ophulagos is missing a ship. So, Ophulagos, we're going to need to get you back on the, let's see, the Discoverer Vanguard. So Janie is already on a mission there. So let's get some influence. Fulagos. Let's get in good with the Vigor Syndicate, why not? So that'll be 18 minutes. Start that agent action down to 17.
Executing the plan now.
Alright, so mission's running. As far as agents go, our other spots are locked. This should give Fulagos and Jani some decent experience and make them better. So she is a novice in negotiation, unskilled in espionage. Now, Fulagos is competent in espionage, a novice in negotiation. It'll be interesting to see which one of these might require some sustained weapon output. Could be to steal blueprints or anything like that. So assign an agent. So recommended espionage experience, risk to agent is high with a low likelihood of success. We also need security slicers, 350,000 credits, and a gift or bribe to improve the results. Speaking of which, let's put all of this AGI stuff into storage. Let's see, weapon chambers I think are fine. Decryption modules might need to be stored. Definitely the hallucinogenics need to be stored. We're at 15 spacefly eggs. We have a bunch of trade wares as well. Yeah, we have all of this stuff. Argnu stakes. Good prices for the 4 flux capacitors. I don't know if we're going to need any of them. Alright, so we can make some electronics. Good base price. Yeah, we'll craft... Oh, so we need 25 salvage electronics, and that's exactly what we have. So we'll make 1 batch of electronics. First aid kits. We can make 23 of them. They go for 10k per pop. We can definitely flip those. Oh, the recipe of the caviar changed. We now need rare spices on top of the eggs. Okay, that's good to know. Spacesuit EMPs, we don't need too awful many. Curiosities, secure container and lost fragments. Xeno inscriptions for Xenotechs. And then just contraband stuff. We have interface units. We might have, yeah, all those hallucinogenics for neural stimulators. We can make a crap ton of those and then get to the bar. There. I pulled everything out of storage just to see what all we can craft now. Figure might as well since our agents are on mission. Alright, general items. So we've got lodestones but no salvage electronics. We don't have any needles. We used them all for our first aid kits. So luxury items, we can't make a thing. Hardware, we can make bombs and EMPs. Curiosities, we don't have any fragments or Xeno inscriptions. Contraband, so we can make a crap ton of neural stimulators. We can make security bypass, decryption systems, and slicers, which our agents might need in the future, that is for sure. So what we might be able to do is craft some neural stimulators. We can make 49 of them. That would leave us with enough interface units to still craft the bypass, the decryption, and the slicers. Thankfully, we can go straight to that refined goods complex where the bar is. And what is illegal? Unstable crystals, space flags, the decryption module, and the AGI stuff. Delirium, there's our bypass systems and slicers. Oh, we have a crap ton of them. Okay, that's good. All right, to the bar. There we go. Katrin.
Here you go.
What items do you have on you? All right, so good prices for security bypass systems. Oh, we need to increase our rep for that. All right, so remote detonators, hallucinogenics. So you don't want to buy our neural simulators at all. We made all of them, and you don't want
Good
any
luck
of it.
out there.
Yeah, let's just deposit it all. Get all of that stuff in there, clear my inventory, and another handy test would be, can I sell or craft directly from here? No. That would be nice if this thing could realize what we have in our personal storage, and I doubt we'll be able to sell anything either.
Here you go.
Yeah, we have 0 of all the things that he has.
Good
Got it.
profit to you.
But experimenting spent some time. We're at 4 minutes and 52 seconds until Fulagos is done cultivating influence here. All right, 5 seconds for Fulagos to complete the influence creation. Cool.
Reporting back for duty. The mission was a complete success.
So I imagine perhaps if we get more influence, we get more agents. So Fulagos, I'm thinking to do a medium improved relations with some of the factions that we're just 20 with, like the Vigor, the Sagaris Pioneers, or the Free Families to get that boost, or even Alliance of the Word. We aren't a trusted ally yet. So Alliance of the Word is in Sacred Relic there at the Parentage Shipyard. Perhaps the next thing that Fulagos can do is do a big improve relations. Oh, but we need a spacefly caviar, which needed those rare spices, and we needed more spacefly eggs. So the only thing we'll be able to do really is do a low relation improvement with them once Janny is back, or can we do Fulagos again? All right, cool. So faction headquarters. Let's do an Alliance of the Word. And that'll be 30 minutes, 250,000. So we'll start that. Guaranteed success.
Executing the plan now.
And then what that will do is hopefully get us, I don't know if we can get +6 out of it, but once we become a trusted ally, we'll get more stuff from the Alliance of the Word. And before we call it good here, we will wait for Jan to get back, assign her to another task. But yeah, I'm getting the flow. Oh, so that's what Dal was meaning with our currency. So we spend this diplomatic currency to do these actions. So it doesn't cost anything to cultivate influence, declare war, build intelligence network, all that good stuff. That builds influence. We were at medium to spend on these other projects. Got it. So I think it would be a good practice to have one always cultivating influence, getting that currency up while we send our good agent Fulagos.
Reporting
Nice.
back for duty. The mission was a complete success.
Yep, thank you. So now we have improved with the Pioneers. We were straight up 20. And we're still straight up 20. I don't know if that... I mean, we didn't even get to 21 with that. Okay. Oh, and that one's on downtime, so we can't send another agent to do that for another 15 minutes. So we're at low to medium, improving relations. We do need a gift or bribe of Spacefly Caviar to get that done. All right, real-time sensor data. We need a fine meal. Negotiate a trade deal. This may result in improved prices for in- and outgoing wares, creating larger profit margins. So we would need to send Fulagos to steal some things, to acquire uncommon items or rare items. All right, so let's get Jan then back on a job. So novice negotiation, the commercial station. Can we select our own stuff? All right, so we can't get better prices from that. So it'd be one of those things that as we were selling, I mean, Ship Technology Factory might be good, and a gift or bribe. So we don't know if we gift them MagicLit, how they would receive that, or the harmonic resonator, or the neural stimulators. That's what we made before. So are we going to tank? I mean, why not? We'll see what happens. There we go. Required inventory items will be removed from your headquarters safe deposit storage if possible. So it is possible for them to see what's in our storage. Cool. Any items not available will be taken from personal inventory. Awesome.
Departing
So
to
22
execute
minutes.
the mission.
We're bringing a neural stimulator to the Ship Technology Factory. It is an illegal good. I don't know if this is going to help or hurt, but that's what experimentation's for. All right, so that just leaves me with one question that I have unanswered. How do we get more agents? And I'm thinking it comes from this level of influence. So we are using low influence costs to negotiate trade deals, very low influence to improve relations, and that's going to tick that down. By the time they're done, this downtime will be done, and we can boost our influence there, as well as boost influence there with any faction. So we can have two agents basically running influence boosting to get enough influence to do this other stuff. We might be able to get some small or medium ship blueprints. We do have security decryptions. We need medium influence, which we boost up our influence, then send Fulagos down there. Hopefully he'll be proficient in espionage. Experienced, competent. I think he's competent. Yeah, he's competent. So, like, we could send Fulagos to steal some equipment from a faction. And then that will... Oh, we need 5 electronics. But you know what I mean. So we can work through that, getting the things we need. But overall, a good balance. I could see if we weren't so established where that would be extremely powerful. It still might be powerful to steal even more blueprints. We have a shipyard and a wharf. So we don't have a lot of equipment, say, from the Paranit. We have a lot of Argon equipment, but not Paranit equipment or Split equipment. So if we could steal some, say, Split blueprints, that would be awesome. So yeah, definitely, a good thing to have for sure. We just got to get our agents trained, and competent, experienced, really good at their jobs, and we can go from there. So everyone, yeah, I'm not sure where to go from here. It would just be more, diplomatic missions. No one is asking anything else from us at present. It would just be more of the same. I don't know if to continue recording, boosting those agents, or if maybe we can boost those agents off in my own time so that when we do come back later, we'll have some good agents to do work, whatever that work may be. But let me know down below if you would like to see me continue building up these agents' experience and doing jobs, that sort of thing. Because there's really not much else for me to do here. Maybe terraforming, but that's a long haul. But let me know your thoughts down below, and I will see you next time. See ya.